Hey guys, I'm Shiny. We're back. Week 2, baby.
Woo!
Whoa, it is week 2. It is so far going well for some of us, not so well for a certain co-host of mine. But that's all right. Hey Tyler.
Hi. It's so great to be here, everybody. It's a pleasure, as always. We have a guest this week. Hi, Gabe.
Yeah, I would like to
Hello.
welcome the league's voice of reason this past week, Gabe.
I appreciate you. What's up? Hello. My name is Gabe. I somehow miraculously scored 200 points in week 2 after scoring the league's lowest total in week 1. What a turnaround
Let's
for your
go.
boy.
Go.
We don't
Big
gotta make it all about
turnaround.
me. We don't gotta make it all
Dude,
about me.
a
But it was a
big
crazy,
turnaround.
crazy turnaround this week.
Dude,
It
I
certainly
love it.
was.
I think you earned it. You know, I really appreciated you sticking in doing the push-ups.
Oh, dude,
For-
I'm gonna be. I was being. I was sore for maybe like 4 days after that. Like for like 3 days, I couldn't fully rotate my arms. That's how like sore I was. It was bad.
Good.
The detrimental effects that happened after that, like it kind of got to me. But it's like it's okay. We survived.
We survived. Dude, so this is a little non-football banter I want to bring into this episode because watching football yesterday, I was like, you know what? I should do some push-ups. Like, I'm watching football. I shouldn't be laying on my couch. I should do some. And I go to do push-ups, but I'm like, I'm going to keep doing sets of 20. Set of 20, sit down, watch some plays. Another set of 20. By the end of the second set of 20, dude, I hurt my wrist. I've injured myself doing the push-ups.
Yeah.
I tried to work out today. I can't do a curl. My head hurts.
Oh no. Oh, it's
And-
Good
heartbreaking.
job, bud.
Guys, what's the most recent time that you have purely because you have grown a little bit older? Because I feel it happening more often.
Oh, dude, it happens all the time. Just like last week, I bent down at work and I felt something move in my knee in a way it should not be able to, and I
Right
have
as
not,
I took a
and
step,
I
that
have
was
not
a
been able
bad
to bend.
timing.
I have not been able to bend my knee past the 45-degree angle ever since. So,
Oh no.
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel
No,
that. My body's
it happens
deteriorating
to all
at
of
a
us. We're
rapid
just we're
rate.
just getting old.
yeah, it's happening. Yeah, I mean, you're sore, but are you injured?
No, luckily I'm not injured. We're pretty good. We're pretty good so far. I mean, you do get the occasional, like, as I'm trying to like walk up some stairs, like, my knees are just popping all over the place. Like it's pretty, you get weird sounds all the time, but no, during those push-ups, it was fine. Like I said, I was able to knock out like, I knocked out 20 to 25 initially, then got another 10 in there, and then like I really struggled to get like more than like 5 the rest of the way through. So we were down bad for that moment in particular.
You know what? That's what you get for the goose egg, I guess. But
Yeah, no, Xavier Worthy is now my least favorite player apparently, but you know, it is what it
Hey,
is.
last year, Mark Andrews goose egged me twice, and he is my least favorite player.
Ah,
So
understandable.
this is how that animosity grows, and isn't that what it's about? Just a
Yeah,
little bit of hatred.
That's fair. I mean that's why I tried to that's why I was trying to ask for clarity in the chat, because I was like I was like, shouldn't this go to more? So I feel it'd be more fair if I was like, oh, this should go to just one person every week who scores the least person, because instead, like, there's always the possibility of like, what if all 10 of us have a goose egg and then therefore all 10 of us have to do a punishment? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I feel like it just has to go to one person. But
That
I don't
actually
know. If
doesn't
that's how you
make-
guys designed it, then
Yeah.
it is what it is.
If we somehow all got zeros in a week, I actually think that would be the funniest thing that could possibly happen ever.
It'd be pretty sick, and there'd
There's
probably
like
be a
just
shotgun
statistically,
race
there's
on
no way that
Discord.
that should be allowed to happen.
Yeah,
That would be insane.
that would be wild. I would actually love that. But yeah, I really just wanted to ask you about some injuries because we've got some bad knees in the league. I know Slosh and
Right.
Steve both have blown out their knees.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, lower half is fine because you saw I was able to dance last year, so it's like I was
Yeah,
able to
you
like get
were.
some moves in there. Like we were cooking a little bit. So
Yeah, you're cooking something up. I'm getting the I'm just Ken dance from Slosh posted. By the time this video is posted, that video will also be posted on YouTube. I
legendary.
promise.
Let's
I
go.
slacked on
That's
this.
a bold claim because I put out last week's episode on Wednesday.
Ooh.
I texted Steve to send me that video. He said he'd send it after work. He's currently actually in the Mountain Time Zone, so he's out of work right now, and he's slacking. So
That's
I'll be
not-
texting him.
Oh man.
But yeah, on these injuries, this is
All right.
kind of an easy segue into this week's news.
Josh,
Joe
it is
Burrow,
such an easy
rest in
segue, and
peace.
I'm so sorry to ruin it, but I think that now would just be such a great time for you to touch on this second point of your banter.
I have bad internet still. I told the viewers I would hang Ethernet cable, and I did try. I went to Target. I measured out how much Ethernet I needed. I found on Target they said we have this, and then I went there and they didn't have long enough. I needed.
Oof.
I was looking for the 50-foot. They didn't have it.
Bro, Best Buy's the place, bro. Best Buy's the place.
I
was
They're
able
the
to get
best-
a 150-foot Ethernet at Best Buy. 150.
Yeah.
I don't need 150 foot, but it's like it was a good deal.
on the level.
Right.
There's a Best Buy next door to the Target.
Oh. And you didn't go there?
I went too late to the Target. It was closed.
Oh. That's rough.
Yeah, no, that's on me. But this week,
Uh-huh.
100%, listeners, league. If I do not
Commissioner
have
will be locked
Ethernet,
in.
if I do not have Ethernet hung up to my computer by
Then you
the
gotta have
next
a punishment.
time that I record, I resign as commissioner.
Oh.
No,
that's brutal.
No.
You can't do that to Team Aim.
Yeah,
no,
I
Tyler
don't.
doesn't want that.
Yeah, no, I don't
But-
want that responsibility. How about you just like shotgun a beer or something? Let's
Okay, fine, deal.
let's calm down there, all right? I'm not
I'll
ready for
shotgun. I'll shotgun.
Things got
the
a little
tall boy
too real
that
for a
Jordan
moment.
wanted in the punishment, but no, it's getting hung.
that. Well,
Now, moving on from that, I get it.
don't get hung
So-
up on these injuries.
Oh,
Segue.
segue from the co-host.
Okay.
Uh,
Respect.
so, guys, a lot of injuries this week, and
Bad.
Rest in
week,
peace, Joe
man.
Burrow.
yeah, dude, Joe Burrow, turf toe. Which
Yeah, did you know that
How is that
turf
a
toe is
three- how is that a
apparently
3-month
like a
injury?
super painful injury? Like turf toe is
Yeah.
like a really cute name for like a really, really bad
Maybe he-
injury. I just
Hmm.
learned this.
Maybe he tore his Achilles by accident, and they don't want to tell us that, so they
No.
designated to something else.
But turf toe is still like a tearing of a tendon in your foot.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
I
Yeah,
thought it was like a
turf
stub toe.
toe is serious. Yeah, it varies in how serious it is, but he needs it surgically fixed, which
He's
is
gonna be out for 3
But
months.
how do you
allegedly.
guys feel right now about the frequency of Joe Burrow getting injured? Like, is this like a cause for concern for his career, for his
Yes.
legacy?
At this point,
Yeah,
absolutely
I think
it
so.
is. I
mean,
think so,
they-
definitely.
because they can't make it to the. They got to the Super Bowl once. That was super cool, but it's been so up and down. Either he was season and started slow,
Hmm.
or he finally had a healthy offseason, and lo and behold, dude's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Tough.
not looking good. And they don't have the offensive line to protect him, so it's kind of like, oh, shock. Let's see
Nope.
if Jake Browning can survive. But
We'll see.
We're gonna
We'll see.
Go Jake Browning.
Maybe
know.
they trade for Kirk Cousins. The Falcons want to get rid of him.
that's a cap space nightmare. 40 million for that guy.
That's fair. No, you make a good point.
Let me tell you who they should grab. Or actually, who they or any of the multiple teams with injured quarterbacks right now. Other injuries including Justin Fields, who is in concussion protocol.
Mm.
JJ McCarthy, who has an
Yep.
ankle
He'll be out next week.
Out, I think
I
heard
think that's
2 to
the
4 weeks.
fakest injury. I think JJ McCarthy's injury is
Yeah.
dude, this dude is really not playing well. We have to sit him out for a couple weeks and get shit together first. Oh my god.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels got an MRI on his knee this week and is day to day. Will he play? I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Now here's the guy that they should get. Jameis Winston. I want that
from the
man
Giants.
slinging a ball.
From the Giants.
Yo, Jameis Winston on the
funny.
Bengals would actually be disgusting. That dude with Jamar
Right?
Chase and T. Higgins, bro's about to average 400 passing yards a game.
Dude, someone's got to pick him up in fantasy if he goes there.
Oh my god, yeah. I want it. I want him somewhere. I want him somewhere slinging a ball. But, whatever. Now, other news on another backup quarterback, Mac Jones actually played well. That was surprising.
Yeah, Mac Jones balling out. System
This is
quarterback, baby. No disrespect to Brock Purdy, but I think it really just proves that you could just about put any goddamn quarterback in that 49ers offense and they will just do good. Kyle Shanahan is just a genius.
Yeah. Yeah, Christian
Understandable.
McCaffrey does wonders. But yeah, the Niners, dude. I mean, injured as hell. We already went over it last week. Kittle got injured. He's out for a bit. Purdy's now out. I don't think we knew that at the last time we were recording.
Right.
It's a wild thing. Some other injuries include Jane Reed, who broke his collarbone on Thursday, and Austin Eckler, who we may have seen his last snap of football. He tore his Achilles, and 30 years old running back. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be hard to get him back.
And let the record show, of the 7-ish players we just listed that were injured, Burrow, Reed, Eckler, and Kittle are too much H2O, Sam's team. So,
Yeah, dude. Sam
fantasy-wise,
Bro,
this
That's
guy's
rough.
a little cooked. This guy's not looking good.
I mean,
What?
there's nothing to even say about that, That's just bad luck, man.
Yeah. Look at say this happens to you, when do you start selling for next season? Now that we've talked about, the ethics and that we agree, if you sell for next year's picks, you're okay to tank it and do that. When do you start thinking about that?
I think you got to get 6 or 7 weeks into the season because it's not just about you need to know that your team is for sure out. You also need other teams to really believe that they need to buy in to their team this year, Because nobody at 2-0 is going to say, oh, let me start trading away my draft picks for next year to go all out for this year. You get to week 6, 7 and your team's 5-1, all of a sudden now you're really thinking, okay, now I might be a little bit more willing to take a risk on really pushing for a win it all this year. So I think you got to wait at least 6 or 7 weeks before you're really in that conversation around trading draft capital regarding next year.
Good point.
Very fair. Yeah. I'm very excited to see how that goes later in the season. I really hope that some trades start happening.
I'm curious. Where do you guys? I don't know if this is off script, but where do you guys think that my team will be by week 7? What's my record going to be at week 7? If you had to make a prediction, the Grannies Gold Galleons.
The Grannies
We
Gold
put up
Galleons.
120 week 1 and 200 week 2. What's going to happen for the next 5 weeks? I need you all's expert insight.
All right, Granny's Gold Galleon. If I were a betting man, and I am, fun fact for viewers, after losing all of the money last year, I made $100 yesterday in my sports betting.
Congratulations.
Most I've ever made ever.
Oh my gosh.
All time, I'm only down like $300, $400 total. So.
Okay, respect.
Yeah. Now,
Great job,
Granny's Gold
Josh.
Galleon. Thanks. I really needed that. Honestly, so we have Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, both cooking. Who's your next wide receiver, man?
Bro, I just gotta hope for the best.
Like, that's the big thing. Like, you had people pop off, and I don't know. Like, you have five guys.
Bro, I can sub
That
in
could be
Mims
sick.
in there. I could sub in Mims, and then when Addison's no longer suspended, he'll be just fine. They won't be as good as
So
Addison
the
will
other
be fine
receivers.
after watching JJ McCarthy, and now it's going to be Carson Wentz.
yeah,
It's fine.
That's what I was about to say.
Keon Coleman got me 5 points today. I'm sure my other
Yeah, that's
receivers
bad
can put
too.
up 5.
Yeah, but not.
So to give you some words of advice, Gabe, you have a pretty solid starting lineup for sure. You have a lot of talent in that starting lineup, but your bench is really shallow.
I'm basically
you
the
have
Titanic
no
right
backup.
now.
You
I
have
can't
no
make a
backup
single
running
mistake where it's
back.
downhill.
Nick Chubb is your first backup running back. Tajay Spears after that. Xavier Worthy out with injury. Marvin Mims does not look great to start the year. Yeah, you have Jordan Addison, but with how bad JJ McCarthy's been, Justin Jefferson hasn't even really been effective so far. And then Colston
That's fair.
Loveland has been a huge disappointment. So, especially once your bye weeks start hitting, I think you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. If I'm you right now, I think you have to look at selling one of your high-value players to really possibly try to bring in some depth on your team. Because otherwise, one bad injury, or like I said, when those bye weeks start, you're going to be really struggling to put guys in that starting lineup, I think. And looking at, I just checked your schedule real quick. You got a tough schedule for the next 5 or 6 weeks of the season or so. So it's going to be a little bit of a grind for you, Gabe. But
Listen, I
said,
beat Big Steve, who scored 170, bro.
You got some
This
really
week
high
was a
value
good
players.
week.
That's the bright
The
side of your
upside
team.
is there.
Gabe.
The upside is there.
You have a
is.
lot of high upside players for sure, and that's what's keeping your team in this right now. But I think if you're planning on making a deep, especially a championship run, you're gonna have to get a little bit of depth on that roster.
Bro, at this
Yeah.
point, a win for me would just be not qualifying for the toilet bowl. I haven't done that yet this league, so I need to
I mean,
get a top 6 placement in this league. That would be a win. That'd be an
I think
improvement.
you're a top 6 team. I think you're a top 6 team in the league right now.
I disagree, if I'm being honest.
Oh, damn.
No, I think in 7 weeks, I'd expect you to be like maybe 2 and 5.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
I think you're
crazy.
top heavy, and I think it's way too possible for people to fall off on this team. I mean, Malik Neighbors, cool. Russell Wilson figured out how to throw the ball a ton, and Malik Neighbors worked and got 2 touchdowns and a bunch of yards. That's not necessarily going to happen every week.
Fair.
A lot like these guys popped off, and that will not.
That's not going to be consistent. No, yeah. Last week could be a telltale sign.
So
That's fair.
yeah,
No, it's fair.
I mean, do what you will. You know what? Hey, the early season when you have these pop-offs, it's time for you to decide: is this player valued higher by others? They should be. Is it time to hop off of them? And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
I think
Just
this
see what
might sound like
happens.
a crazy statement. I think Malik Neighbors, this might be like the best time of the entire year to sell Malik Neighbors.
I agree.
I think
Jackson
you
Dart
need
just
to
don't
Trade
start
Neighbors.
sometime
Neighbors
this
was a
season.
keeper. I don't know if I can get rid of Neighbors.
That's-
No, I know.
Yeah,
I totally
yeah.
get that. Neighbors is an elite level wide receiver, but if I'm being honest,
I don't
think
have any other receivers. That's my problem. How am I going to get
can
another
trade for
high
2.
caliber receiver?
that's what you do with the trade.
That's what
The
you
idea
trade
would be,
for.
I think Neighbors is being valued as a top 3, top 5 wide receiver in the league right now. I don't think that's where he finishes. I think right now he is being slightly overvalued, and if you can get somebody to overpay a little bit for him, you really could, I think, fleece somebody in a trade with Neighbors right now. That said, you got to be
You have
careful
24
because you
hours
want to
do
make
this
sure
before this podcast comes out.
that you don't sell
I
too
know,
low.
right? Yeah. Anyone that watches the podcast will never trade with me ever. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
All right. But it's got potential, but it's a real Titanic looking team. No.
All right. I'll
I
take it.
think, I think after 7 weeks you're going to be 3 and 4, but that's mostly
I like
because
to
you
live
have,
life on
you
the
have
edge.
a
We'll see
really
how this
difficult
goes.
schedule.
Now,
Okay.
but you're trending up. You're trending up.
That's
At
fair.
least from last week. And speaking of those trends, we're going to come into our main segment of this of this pod, this app,
Okay.
is the overreaction, underreaction. Looking at the trends from week 1 to week 2, and do we think we overreacted week 1? Where do we think we are after week 2 on some of these players? There's some bad, there's some good. And here, we'll start us off with these are some trends that can too. Should we start in the good or the bad? Where are we feeling?
Start with the good. Let's start with the positive.
Start with the good. I'm gonna start with the good of the good because we have two goods.
Okay.
We have Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones.
Yep.
And the Colts offense in general. Tyler Warren has been brought into this.
Somehow popping off.
Popping off. You know, Daniel Jones went off against a terrible Dolphins defense. And you know, you think it could be a fluke. And then Daniel Jones, maybe not playing quite as good, but still pulls out the win against a good, elite Broncos defense. And so now, is Daniel Jones good?
I don't think this is an overreaction. I think the Colts offense actually looks kind of legit. They have weapons, and I think we kind of all forgot with how bad the quarterback play was last year. This team is kind of stacked on the offensive side of the ball. Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, whoever that other guy is. Who's their
Josh
other
Downs.
receiver?
Josh Downs?
Downs. Thank you.
I'm sorry, you're forgetting Josh Downs.
Sorry,
how
could I forget a Josh?
Tyler Warren.
That's a Josh
Warren.
Gordon tier Josh.
Yeah, so do I think that the Colts are going to continue to put up 29 plus points every week? No. But I think this is a significantly improved offense over last year. And in regards to Tyler Warren, I think he is going to continue to be one of the primary targets in this offense. I think he finishes as a top 6 tight end this year.
I fully agree. I think Tyler Warren is basically a Brock Bowers of this year. He's a centerpiece of the offense. Do you think Daniel Jones is a top 10 quarterback in fantasy?
No. He lands. I think Daniel Jones lands right in the 14 to 16 spot. If they're going to keep being a high volume passing team, I think Daniel Jones can put up some decent fantasy numbers. But I don't see top 10 from this guy.
Daniel Jones or Justin Fields?
Probably Daniel Jones, because Fields is on a worse team. The Jets did not look convincing yesterday.
I'm also going to go with Daniel Jones because Justin Fields scares me as like it literally could be like Daniel Jones finishes as quarterback 16 and Justin Fields finishes as quarterback 15. But with Justin Fields, you're risking every week that he's going to go out there and put up single-digit points for you. Yeah, he might put up 40. He is the guy between the two who's going to have that 40-point ceiling. But I'm much happier to take a guy who's going to go out and consistently put up 20 for me every week, who I don't have to worry about coming out and putting 5.5 on the board like he did this week.
Yeah, and that is one of our, if we look at the trends that didn't continue in week 2, that maybe we did overreact in week 1, is in the same way that Daniel Jones carried a Colts offense to success in 2 weeks, Justin Fields carried a Jets offense to success in week 1. And oh boy, did that fall off a cliff week 2. Justin Fields had the 6th most passing yards of AFC East quarterbacks in week 2. He threw for 27 yards. Tyrod Taylor came into the game after question, threw more than him. And Mitchell Trubisky came in for Josh Allen on one play where Josh Allen got poked in the got hit in the nose, and Mitchell Trubisky threw a single 32-yard pass.
That's tough.
Justin Fields sucked.
That's a wild statistic.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right.
It's yeah. As the
I feel like
Justin
this is what
Fields
Justin
owner,
Fields has been ever since he's coming into the league. He has weeks where he looks like he's cleaned up his passing issues and his accuracy problems, and then immediately the next week he regresses. I feel like it's the trend we've seen for however many years he's been in the league now.
yeah, it fully has. I'm quite tired of it already. After 2 weeks of owning him, I'm pretty over it, if I'm being honest. And now he might be injured. Jaden Daniels also might be injured. Fun fact, that's both my quarterbacks.
That's
Hey Josh,
lovely.
You know who's got 4 quarterbacks? This guy. You know who really needs to make a trade to shake up his team? This guy. Hit me up after this podcast, baby.
The auto draft
yo.
wasn't the kindest to you, from what I remember.
Hey, he didn't auto draft. He drafted that himself. Just
I did not auto draft. I drafted that. I only made 1 or 2
Tyler was
mistakes the
cruel to
entire
himself,
time I
sir.
was drafting. I was. Yeah. I don't want to talk
It was
about my team. Let's talk about these trends.
It wasn't awesome. But yeah, more
Get
trends.
back to the trends.
Back. Here's a negative trend
Uh-oh.
that continued into week 2.
Uh-oh.
Brian Thomas Jr. I was terrified of this keeper on Simmons' team, and I still am. Dude, Brian Thomas Jr. had 12 targets this last game for 4 receptions.
Oof.
Week 1, 7 targets, 1 reception. He's getting targets. Trevor Lawrence has better chemistry, I swear, with every single other person on that team.
Yeah.
Dang.
There's for sure.
Maybe
some
that's why they didn't
chemistry
win.
issues there.
Maybe that's why they choked the game away.
5 catches.
Brian-
on
It was more
19
so their
targets
defense, but
is
still,
not
it was
good.
more so their defense, but you know.
Brian Thomas does carry some blame. He, on 2 different plays, when going for a ball, slowed up so he wouldn't get hit, and it turned into an interception.
Oh. Yikes.
At least one of those plays was an interception. The other one might, but I think both were interceptions. With how close the game was, he actually could be said as to blame.
Fair.
Don't love it.
They need to develop some more trust. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Brian Thomas will be this bad for the whole season, but I do think that this trend is cause for concern. I don't think it's an overreaction to be slightly worried about Brian Thomas at this point. I think it would be an overreaction to think that he's going to score like this for the entire season, but there is cause for concern, I think.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about him.
Now, luckily, if you're Simmons, you only kept him with like your 11th round pick, so.
Yeah.
But you also have like
that-
4 tight ends on your roster, so.
Thank God for that. Oh, it was a close one. But another wide receiver that has not shown up 2 weeks in a row is A.J. Brown.
Oh,
And
heartbreaking.
he scares me more because the Eagles are 2-0. And they have
The Eagles
not
just don't
needed
pass.
it. They don't need to.
They run. They have 2 running backs, and they win the
Yeah.
game like that.
It baffles me because they have Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, the best wide receiver. Dallas Goedert even. You don't need them.
Right.
You have a great defense.
Exactly.
You just run the ball. You have a great offensive line. It's so redundant to have them, especially as a Patriots fan. It's just like, God, can we have one of those, please? Like, you're not using them.
Right.
What if you just? I've dreamt of A.J. Brown being on the Patriots for so many years. And I really felt
Would
like
be
there was
nice.
maybe a chance.
Instead, we have Stephon Diggs.
Hey, we got Kayshawn Booty, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that guy.
Hey, one catch,
Hey, hey, you guys
touchdown.
won yesterday. You guys are good.
We
You
won.
We
guys are
did.
chill.
We did win.
We
Go
won.
Pats.
We won. Go Pats. Go Pats. But yeah, AJ Brown is someone that I I think he has better games ahead. I think there will be games that they have to pass, but
Mm.
it is to me even more concerning than Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, honestly, for me, AJ Brown was kind of on my do not draft list coming into this year. So AJ Brown is a guy that I would not be thrilled to have right now. I mean, 5 catches for 27 yards. But the thing is, that's just what they need him to do, though. They don't need him to be making these massive, big plays. You know, they just need him to make short, smart plays, pick up first downs, get yardage. So,
Mm.
yeah, I think AJ Brown's going to be very touchdown dependent this year. Honestly, I think that's what we're going to see.
Yep, and they're gonna. I don't know that he'll get that many, but I'm hopeful for the guy. Love him, but he might be on this reading his book more often than
He said
us
no more
fantasy
books on the
managers would
sideline.
prefer.
He said no more books
Really?
on the sideline. Yes.
He's not reading anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe
at
that's
least.
the problem.
Well, no, I think that was like a statement after this week.
Oh, he said too many people were calling him out like, "Oh, go."
I
Oh,
don't know.
well, on a better note, on a better wide receiver note, you know who did a lot better this week? Cooper Kupp.
Heck yeah, Cooper Cup did better this week.
Mm.
Cooper Kupp, 7 receptions, 90 yards. Didn't pull in a touchdown, but Cooper Kupp looked good. Surprisingly good. I mean, honestly, I thought he'd be kind of this year, but he looked a lot better than week 1.
I think this is the
Yeah.
way this trend's going. I think overall the Seahawks had a really bad week 1. Call it the week 1 scaries or whatever. But I think that Cooper Kupp is going to be a very consistent part of this offense. He's just such a reliable pass catcher, great blocker. He's playing, it's 80% of snaps or whatever it is that he's getting. So, yeah, I expect that Cooper Kupp is going to be a primary part of that Seahawks offense. Do I think he's an elite talent, elite fantasy wide receiver anymore? No, but he's a guy. He's a solid wide R2. That I'd say he's a high end flex player in this league. So I think this is going to be a trend that continues for Cooper Kupp.
Now, here's my cold water to pour on this. One, actually, the not cold water is shout out Torrey Horton, the wide receiver 3 rookie Seahawks guy. Love that guy. I'm not saying he'll outplay Cooper Kupp, but I don't know, keep an eye on him. They played the Steelers. The Steelers are known for having a good defense, like great defense, many years. However, last week, the Steelers made Justin Fields and the Jets look like one of the best offenses in the league. And this week, the Seahawks dropped 30 points on them, 31 points. Is there a chance the Steelers are just a bad defense now?
I don't know if they're a bad defense. It's definitely not a great start to the season. But yeah, I think there's a good chance that we're not looking at an elite, top 5, possibly not even a top 10 defense anymore. We might be looking at a defense that's a lot more middle of the road.
Maybe they just let a lot, over the air. Like their interior is fine, but I think just like passes is kind of rough for them.
Well, funny you should mention that. Because let's talk about another trend that did not continue into week 2 in the same game. And that is the Seahawks running game. Week 1, we were ready to panic about Ken Walker. Did not get much on the ground, split evenly with Charbonnet, and Charbonnet out pretty much the whole time.
Yup.
Full reverse this week. Still split time. Charbonnet ends up with, I think, 10 carries for 15 yards. It might be 15 carries for 10 yards. I forget. Either way, pretty shite. Ken Walker comes in. Full redemption arc with 13 carries for 105 yards and against the Steelers line. I mean, the Steelers feel like they're just dropping off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Walker had a much better week this week. Zach Charbonnet had a really bad week. It was 15 carries for 10 yards. So
It was 15. Oh, it was the bad one. It was the worst one.
they were both pretty bad either way. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be the trend for the year, though, in terms of the Seahawks backfield. I think it's going to just be split work. There's going to be weeks where one performs better than the other. But I expect them to be sharing work for most of this season.
Yep. I feel like one's not necessarily going to be there won't be a reliable one until one was injured. And again, if I'm a betting man, and I am, I'm going to bet that Ken Walker's the one that's. So I personally still like Charbonnet, even though this was a pitiful game.
Yeah.
Very bad.
But
very bad.
So as it goes. In brighter news in the running back rooms, which is bright news, this is honestly, it pisses me off. Gabe, you can talk about this.
What's up?
A trend that continued into week 2.
Well, our defense sucks. The Cowboys. I know.
No.
Fine.
No. We're talking about a good thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get there.
A running back that I've been quoted on this show saying, I have not seen this man break a tackle. This guy is cooked.
Okay.
I watched this guy cook yesterday, and it kind of pissed me off. I'm talking about Javonte Williams.
Oh, he actually did well. I'm kind of surprised. Couple of tutties, 90-something yards.
Yep.
Bro, the Cowboys actually kind of have a run game. I'm shocked.
Me too. I saw him hurdle a man. That was not. I didn't think he could do that anymore.
Yeah, I did neither. Dude, he's got some new life. I don't know what to say. It's hard for me. I believe right now our running game right now almost looks better than our passing game. Never thought I'd say that coming into the season, but here we are.
Yeah, Javonte just kept it up. Week 1, 15 carries, 54 yards, 2 touchdowns. You look at that, you're like, wow. Yeah, but Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, and that's why Javonte Williams was able to run through.
Right.
Enter the Giants. Possibly one of the few defensive lines better than the Eagles.
That's fair. But we still something
18
happened.
Carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown, along of 30.
Yeah, he broke through on that one play.
You need juice to get 30. And I have not seen juice in Javonte Williams in 3 years. I don't know. Ever since he's had the injury. I love the guy, but I had lost faith. I traded him away in Dynasty. That's why I'm mad.
Understandable. Understandable.
Yeah. But
I think this one is overreaction, to be honest with you.
Don't trust the Cowboys going forward. Never trust the Cowboys going forward. I've learned.
Yeah, I think this is about as good as it's going to get for Javonte all years. I mean, you said it yourself. He broke off a 30-yard run. You take that 130 run yard away, and you're looking at 17 carries for just under 70 yards. That's not bad, but that's a much more middling 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 yards per carry. Week 1, you take away those touchdowns, that fantasy performance is not the same. I don't think that Javonte Williams is playing at the elite level that his stats or his fantasy points maybe look like it. That said, I think Javonte could continue to put up decent points as long as he remains basically, I think he's going to keep getting touchdowns. Cowboys have a good offensive line. Cowboys have a pretty good offense. I think Javonte will be able to keep his value by continuing to score, but I also think this is about as good as it's going to get for him.
I honestly, I feel like he might take a very similar trajectory to J.K. Dobbins last year. J.K. Dobbins started off really hot and kind of carried that into the year of went from like, holy shit, is this guy an RB2? All right, RB2 flex
Mm.
play. Either way, I think he is going to beat his ADP. I think he's a great pick this year. And to be honest, he just proved me wrong completely this year.
Yeah, I back all that, especially the proving
Yeah.
me wrong part.
Yep. No. Whatever. It's fine. Um, our final trend that changed course, and this one's going to be a little bit quicker, is just talking about the Lions offense, who against the Packers week 1 looked like it was really missing Ben Johnson. And what a turnaround when you're facing Ben Johnson's team, the Chicago Bears. 7 touchdowns, I think. 5 Jared Goff throwing touchdowns and a touchdown.
I think that loss to the Packers awoke something in the Lions.
I think they had something to prove.
I agree.
Rest in peace, the Bears.
Bears got
Hey.
cooked. 50 points.
Hopefully they get cooked next week too. Praying because the Cowboys face them.
Hey, every Cowboys game is a shootout, and I welcome that. Or not a shootout, but it's close.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It takes years off my life as a fan.
Yeah. We haven't even heard from you on the
On the game?
on the Micah Parsons trade. How did you feel?
That heartbreaking, of course. But honestly, with our front office, expected considering how long it took. I'm trying my absolute hardest to just kind of see the vision that Jerry Jones is going with. We got Kenny Clark. We have two first-round draft picks for the next 2 years, or extra ones. We just signed Jadeveon Clowney yesterday, which was interesting. So we're getting some, albeit older, defensive players that are not as well in their prime as Micah Parsons is, but
not quite.
Not quite Micah Parsons for sure.
But I don't know. We'll see. If I'm not as well versed into the whole business side of things, so I don't know if keeping Micah Parsons would have prevented us from making other necessary moves and stuff like that, then I'm fine with it. At the end of the day, it's just kind of sad that he had to go to the Packers of all teams. But there was a report saying that he was originally Jerry Jones offered him to the Jets first because he wanted Quentin Williams or whoever on the D line. He wanted him first, but the Jets, I guess, didn't have enough to offer to make the trade happen. So I guess the Packers were the next best choice somehow. So kind of sad based on where he ended up, but he will be missed. I guess that it's going to make the season very interesting. I would just say that.
Yeah, well, the Packers seem like the most complete team, honestly, right now.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Packers look.
I don't like that one bit.
Real good.
2 very good offenses in the Lions and Commanders. Fully neutered. It looked like shite against the Packers.
Yeah, hopefully nobody watches our Week 4 game against the Packers on Sunday Night Football. Hopefully there's the game gets blacked out, nobody watches it.
Lightning delay for 4 hours.
Yeah. So everyone in America could just kind of sleep through the game. That'd be great.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, Packers, after watching those 2 games, they have become my favorite to win the Super Bowl. They fully feel they could beat the Eagles.
I hate the Packers so much, but honestly, as long as it's not the Eagles, I'll support it.
Well, yeah. They shut
hence why I always root for an AFC team to win the Super Bowl, because it's there's not many teams in the AFC that I hate compared to NFC teams.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, that does it for all of our trends.
Lovely.
Now, Usually I manage to fit this in a little bit better. And so I'm going to add one more trend, which is the Rams are good. That's all. The Rams are good. The Rams are good. Matt Stafford always flows an offense through his top two guys. I'm loving seeing Devontae Adams just becoming a touchdown target. And Puka Nacua, we talked about Sam Courier's team falling apart, but he does stand with Puka Nacua, who is such a fun player and had a 46-yard rushing touchdown
Heck yeah.
this past week.
Crazy.
Which brings us to my trivia question of the day, which with one of my longer segues.
Uh-oh.
That was the whole segue though.
Oh.
Is just because I really enjoy when wide receivers manage to rush the ball. What wide receiver has had the most rushing touchdowns of all time? And what wide receiver has the most rushing yards of all time?
Oh.
I'll give the hint of the touchdowns player is still playing. And the yards player played for the same team as Puka Nacua.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Wait. Hang on.
touchdown guys, it's got to be Deebo Samuel. Dude had like almost
It's
10
Deebo Samuel.
He had almost 10 in 1 years. And I
He
really thought he was going to be the
2021
yards
he had
guy
8
too,
rushing
though.
touchdowns.
Yeah,
Okay,
In
so
that makes
2021,
sense.
Deebo Samuel had 8 rushing touchdowns, which is the most in a season by any wide receiver.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's the easy one. Our deeper poll comes from the yards leader, who was on a team that I played this guy in Madden a good amount.
I don't know how that's supposed to help you get to that answer.
It won't help you.
That might
Oh,
help
man,
me.
I
That might help me. We played a lot of Madden.
Rushing yards?
All right,
Most
Was it like
rushing
Tavon
yards
Austin
by
from the
wide
St. Louis Rams back in the day?
What was that?
Tavon
What was it?
Austin?
It is Tavon Austin.
Let's go.
Yo,
There
that's
you
a
go.
crazy pull. I would have never gotten
Yeah.
that, even with, without the Rams.
The only
Yeah.
reason I knew that guy was because I'll always remember him for that freaking fake punt return touchdown.
That's
against the
exactly
Seahawks.
the guy running to like receive, run or
Yeah,
him
he did,
running
like,
to receive.
yeah,
And then the guy opposite the field.
yeah,
Loved
exactly.
that.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
I don't know why that's not more. I think that was the sickest punt return.
I did not know Tavon Austin
Trivia.
was running the ball like that.
Then
Yeah,
neither did I.
Tavon
Just kind of took a wild guess.
Yeah, yeah. Tavon Austin, 1,300 yards rushing in his
Dude,
career.
I can't believe it's not.
Wow.
I can't believe it's not either Deebo or Cordero Patterson or Ty
Cordell
Montgomery.
Patterson is up there. Ty Montgomery also up there. But
Damn, I really didn't
But
know
yeah.
Tavon Austin ran the ball like that. Dang. Hell yeah, go Tavon.
yeah, I'm curious. It may be because Cordell Patterson and Ty Montgomery became running backs, designated running backs
Do
on
you
their
think
team.
it didn't count their yards?
Those
when
may
they
not
were
have counted.
running
Yeah,
backs?
once they were running backs, didn't count.
Interesting.
Tavon Austin was wide receiver through the St. Louis Rams, and I think he was on the Cowboys for a bit,
He
actually.
was.
He might have been.
definitely he was definitely on the Cowboys. I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my trivia.
Let's go.
Now, up next, everyone's favorite segment. Who doesn't love this segment? Because it makes Tyler edit. But not today. Not
Wait,
today.
what?
Not today. Today, I'm keeping it simple because this is a very serious one.
Okay.
Because this player deserves it, and he's dumb. This is
James Hudson?
no.
Okay,
What?
sorry. That was the guy that got kicked out for like 4 penalties in a row for the Giants in our game.
Well, okay.
4 penalties in like 4 plays, got kicked out of the game. It was kind of hilarious.
Gabe, this is a fantasy episode.
Gabe,
Oh, never mind.
Gabe, this shows that you have definitely not watched a single episode of our podcast ever, because we do this segment every week.
You were leading towards like saying something negative about one of the players, and I was like, oh,
I
here's something
was.
negative about
He
a player.
was,
Oh, okay.
and you would know
All right,
what
let's
segment
hear
this
it.
was
This
had you ever
is-
watched our podcast.
Let's
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
This is Josh's fucking shit fuck bed shitter of the week.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah,
Okay.
no shit, Gabe.
Okay. All right, I gotta hear this. Sorry, that guy would be my pick. He's not a fantasy player.
I
so
hear you, but he's not a fantasy
ineligible
player.
to sports.
No, this player who I admit I still just carry a little hate in my heart for this player, and so I'm quite happy to choose this on a team that has so much falling down around them and is searching for that bright spot. You know, you draft so many tight ends that you hope that your backup tight end could do something, especially when he's maybe a top 5 tight end in the league. But no, in fact, not just through one game, but through 2 games, he has 2 receptions. Maybe his team didn't score many points. No, they put up. I'm talking about Mark Andrews, guys.
Shocker.
This
You didn't
guy.
mention he was your least favorite player earlier in the.
I did. Foreshadowing, baby. Fuck this guy. Dude. Week 1, 1 point. Week 2, 1.4 points. How many points did the Ravens put up this week?
40.
41 points.
It's a lot. A lot of points.
Did they run the ball? No. Derrick Henry had 22 yards.
Nope. Yep.
So you're telling me they passed the ball for 41 points. Mark Andrews dropped a ball in the end zone. Sort of technically, I think the guy punched it out, but like, dude, you're a tight end.
I saw that play live. I saw that play live. Yeah,
hold on to the fucking ball, you know? It's like you had your one reputation right now, your most recent reputation is dropping a ball in the end zone for a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
Hold on to the fucking ball, you know? Listen, this guy, there's no flair needed. He's the most fucking shit-fuckest bed shitter of ever. And I'm not saying he lost them the game. Not the Ravens, the too much H2O. My end is so tight as the team name is.
Okay.
But he deserves to be here. But now.
I do feel like this was definitely a little bit personal. This feels like personal.
Massively personal. I can't stress how personal this was.
Sorry, we'll let you have that, Josh. We'll let you have that.
Yeah. It's not up to you. My segment. I choose. I let me have this.
I respect
Fuck
it.
you, Mark Andrews.
I respect it.
But hey, on the flip side, on each side of the coin, we got 2 faces. And on the other side of the coin, we have the big man of the week. And I mean, of all the teams to choose from, there's one fantasy team this week that had
Listen to me.
big
Sorry.
mans galore.
Please send me. Please send me. Please send
And
me.
that's Granny's Gold Galleon. And this week, we're going to hand that trophy.
History, the first time I've ever been on a big man of the week.
Congratulations, Gabe.
Oh,
We're going to hand this one
thank you.
to Malik Neighbors. Because, of course.
How many points did you get? 37. Craziness.
37.7.
0.05 away from the most on my team.
Yep. 0.05 away from Lamar Jackson, who, again,
Is a quarterback.
is a quarterback that scored 41 points, throwing 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Malik Neighbors bringing it in, managing to score so many points, and yet still letting
Lost.
Gabe's favorite team win.
I know. He's such a kind
You
guy.
know?
I respect it.
Such a
That's
good
why
dude.
I drafted him. That's why I kept him.
That's why you keep guys.
He's very
And,
generous.
I mean, he's the big man of the week. Love watching him play. What a fucking star. And, Wandale Robinson showed up this week. Giants. That's something interesting.
Giants receiver showed up this week.
Yeah. Russell
They all
Wilson
did.
can play football now, it turns out. Last week, not so much. That's a trend that actually changed.
That was a changing trend. The Giants have players.
Yeah. But that's that.
Let's go.
Now,
I do want to throw this out here real quick, only because I was looking at Malik Neighbors' stats and he scored 2 touchdowns. I just want to point out I was right. Big Steve's Big Ballers hit less than 1.5 legs on their parlay this week. In fact, I'm pretty sure they hit 0 legs on their parlay this week. So just want to say that I was correct. Nobody else voted against him. Sorry, I have to keep it real, Steve.
Did Steve really hit 0 again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hit 0.
That's tough.
Marvin Harrison, Cedric Tillman. No. St. Brown got 2 touchdowns.
Oh, he did?
Amon-Ra St. Brown got 2 touchdowns.
Well,
he hit 1 leg, baby.
Actually, I'm pretty sure St. Brown actually had 3 touchdowns. So yeah, all right, Steve, you got one. You got 1 leg. That's improvement.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, at
Trending in
this
the right
rate, week
direction.
6 is going to go crazy. But yeah, we love that Steve has brought that energy into this league. Please continue. Now, Gabe,
Yes, sir.
we just raised you up. It's time to tear you down a little bit.
That's
'cause
fine.
Now,
I
going
understand.
into our next segment,
My
we're talking
EQ can't
about
be too high.
dropping the ball. I have 3 players I want to talk about. We're going to just discuss, hey, are these guys droppable? And in honor of your team,
Yeah, just scour my bench. I'm sure you can find a.
yeah, I
Trevor
want to talk
Logan.
about Colston Loveland.
Yep. Yeah.
Second game, no catches. First game, 2 receptions, 12 yards. Seems very much behind Cole Kmet. Promising rookie, drafted, I think, 10th overall by Ben Johnson, who made Sam Laporta #1 tight end his rookie year. How do you feel about Colston Loveland right now?
I have no emotional ties to Colston Loveland right now, simply because, he's not starter quality. Granted, Sam Laporta not really doing much for me right now at my starting tight end position, but he's at least doing something compared to Colston Loveland doing nothing. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't thought about the prospect of dropping. I usually like to kind of give guys like him a little bit of a chance, a couple of weeks. We'll kind of see what happens, see what my record is in a couple of weeks, see if I need any changes to be made or not. But yeah, I mean, he's at the bottom of the depth chart for a reason. He's kind of the guy I pay the least attention to. Kind of holds no trade value at the moment. So if anything were to happen, I would probably either just drop him, or he's probably only right there to just be like a bye week substitution whenever I need that to happen. But yeah, no, nothing crazy right now. No emotional ties.
Bye week substitution, you might risk a goose egg again. I don't know.
Yeah, I would not
I
put
mean-
Colston Loveland in my starting lineup right now.
Oh, right now, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Anybody in the Bears, I don't think I would put in my starting lineup.
Whoa, Roma Dunze.
That's fair.
Got balled
DeAndre
out.
Swift, kind of super mediocre.
Kind
Exactly.
of continues being super mediocre. Tyler, what are your thoughts on Colston Loveland?
Yeah, I don't think this is a guy that you have to rush to drop from your roster, but I also think that at this point, if there's somebody more valuable out there, you can comfortably drop Colston at this point.
Perfect.
Like Abe said, you never want to try to make snap decisions on these young guys too quick, but at this point, it's not looking like he's going to have a lot of fantasy relevance for this entire year. Yeah, might he pop off, have a nice double-digit game, 1 or 2 of them later down the year? He might, but I don't think we're looking at a guy who's a top 20 tight end possibly this year. You're much better
Right.
off just streaming the position than trying to keep this guy stashed on your bench.
Yeah,
Respect.
I agree. I think he is. I would say he's a drop candidate. He's on this list for a reason. I think he absolutely can be dropped. I think he may be good as a keeper next year, but I'm not even sure he'll go. Like, if he stays at this rate, he'll probably go later now. But I think tight ends do take time to come online. Rookies
Yeah.
take time to come online. And again, drafted first round, top 10. Like, he
Yep.
has the draft capital. You'd hope Ben Johnson has a, but, that's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Now, up next is another rookie with less draft capital, but was drafted higher in fantasy than Colston Loveland. I'm talking Caleb Johnson, who is on Too Much H2O, Sam's team. Now, Gabe, did you watch the Steelers game at all this past weekend?
Only what they showed on Red Zone.
Okay. Well, did you see Caleb Johnson let a kickoff hit the ground?
Oh, that was him?
That was Caleb Johnson that gave the Seahawks that time.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
His
that was a
one
good
job was
play.
kick returning.
That's tough.
Uh,
He might never play in the NFL again.
with Mike Tomlin, I think he is very well third on that depth. Fully, I am in drop mode on him in redraft, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest. Tyler, what are your thoughts?
This is a really tough one. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I think 2 carries to start the year is really bad. I think that's a really bad mistake. Jalen Warren is playing well. Like, the best case scenario I see is that he gets to a point where he's getting half the work split with Jalen Warren. So, yeah, in redraft leagues, like you said, I'm thinking it's time to drop. It's time to drop. I mean, that said, running backs are really difficult to come by. He is worth, if he's your 4th or your 5th running back, he's probably still more valuable than some of the other running backs who are out in free agency right now. So it depends who you're dropping him for, but yeah, I think you got to start looking for a replacement for this guy.
Yeah. I don't love him. But finally, we have one more running back, and that's Isaiah Pacheco.
Oof.
This dude's in a three-headed backfield. He has 15 carries for 47 yards through 3 receptions for 10 yards. The Chiefs do not need him all that much. I mean, something should change, but he's the highest draft of these guys. He's in the 6th round. I gotta take a bathroom break because I do this every episode. So you guys can discuss.
This
Isaiah
needs to
Pacheco.
become its own weekly segment. Everybody in the comments, give me ideas for what we could call this. Like,
There goes Josh.
Josh's bathroom
Well.
break, sponsored by Huggies.
Huggies.
What are we talking about, Gabe? Isaiah Pacheco, that's
Pacheco
right.
and his performance.
Yeah, dude. It's tough right now in that backfield. It is. He's sharing touches with everybody. I think that's what it's going to be for the whole year. I think that he will likely stay the number 1, so to speak. So I do think he is not somebody I'm rushing to drop right now.
Right.
Like I said, there's not exactly like a ton of relevant running backs available in free agency. At least if you had no other running back to start, at least he's getting touches. And,
Right.
so I would say that I'm not on the drop wave for Pacheco yet. But, Gabe, how are you feeling?
Yeah, Pacheco's tough. I have him in another league, and it's been kind of unfortunate to see his production right now. And so, what's up, Josh? Welcome back. Yeah, Pacheco's fine. I just kind of hope they give him some more touches. Hopefully he scores a touchdown at some point, but the Chiefs in general are having trouble scoring those. So we'll just kind of have to see what happens on that front. But yeah, I kind of don't like the direction they're going with the whole splitting carries. Makes it tough on fantasy owners, that believed that he was like kind of like their number 1 or number 2 back when he's only posting up 5 points a game, if that.
Yeah.
That's Pacheco.
Yeah, I do think Pacheco is cooked. I think he's the least droppable of these 3 for sure. He's also the highest draft. But I would hate to have Pacheco on my team. Also, fun
Mm.
fact, Pacheco is the only player currently on the Blood Sweat Beers trade block. So,
Really
Interesting.
happy I didn't
it,
keep Pacheco. Really happy I
yeah,
decided to not keep Pacheco. Would have been a
yeah, if
bad
Mm.
anyone
choice.
disagrees, you can grab him from, I believe he's on Andrew's team.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, he is about as tough of a gamble as you could make.
Yeah. Yup.
Segway.
Heck yeah, that's a segue because Josh said the word gambling, so you know what that means. It's
Let's
time for
go.
another episode of our Degenerate Gambling Corner. Thank you all for coming back. We're going to win money, lose money, and we're going to do it together. We're keeping it real simple this week. We got a little parlay cooked up right before the episode. But I got to say,
Woo.
sometimes I be cooking these parlays up a little last minute before the episode, and the lines aren't 100% set yet. But this week I actually feel pretty good about what we have here. So we got a four-leg parlay, and we're looking to triple up some money here. So we got a plus 234 final line here. But starting things off, we got a couple money lines we're taking. We're taking the Eagles money line at home. Rams are a good team. I'm not denying that, but Eagles are coming fresh off a win on the road at Kansas City. I think the Eagles are right there with the Packers as one of the most complete, just winning teams in football right now. I feel confident taking them at home. That line is only, I think, at like minus 175. That's the biggest reason we're looking at that right now, is I think that is a very generous line for us. Second, we're taking the Seahawks money line at home against the Saints. Seahawks had a really strong bounce back week this week. Saints are not a good football team. They played a little bit better this week, but I'm still not in on them. So I think we feel really safe taking the Seahawks money line. We got two more legs for this parlay. We're taking both these next teams at plus 7.5. First, we're taking the Bengals. We got the Jake Browning Bengals versus the Carson Wentz Vikings this week. Real interesting matchup. Bengals on the road. I think this game's going to be pretty close no matter how it turns out. So I think Bengals plus 7.5. Jake Browning has, in his past appearances replacing Joe Burrow, played fairly well. So, though honestly, I think Carson Wentz might perform better than J.J. McCarthy in this offense right now. So we're going to see. But finally, to round this out, Gabe, I'm going to be interested to see how you feel about this because we're taking the Bears plus 7.5. So we're not saying the Bears are going to win. But I do think that this is going to be a very close game, just like the Cowboys-Giants was. I think Bears plus 7.5 is a more than generous enough line for us to feel confident. With these four legs, we're netting plus 234. Boys, how we feeling? We cooking this week?
I mean, I think we're cooking. I mean, Eagles are a lock to win that in my opinion, just because they continue to be. I think it will be more interesting than their past games. The Rams have, as we talked about, like they have a good offense. They're passing.
I would say if it wasn't snowing in Philly in the playoffs last year, the Rams had a good chance to win.
Yeah, and there's honestly that's probably the closest of these for me. But I think the Eagles pull it out. They're the fucking Eagles. I don't know if you watched the Eagles false starting on these tush pushes.
It's kind of sad. Yeah, I don't like it.
It's absurd, and they should probably. I'm not against the play if you're gonna be doing it. But
I just don't get why they're not calling the false starts.
It's
like
the
there's already a rule in place to prevent this.
Jumps.
Why are we just ignoring it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes me a little uneasy, but it's fine.
A little uneasy. But Seahawks versus Saints, I think they have it down. I think Bengals, Vikings, Bears, Cowboys. I think both Bears have a chance to win these games, and that makes me comfortable in the 7.5 spread pretty easily. So I like it.
All right, you guys heard it.
Yeah, I think the only reason I go against the Bears is because the Bears just lost one of their premier cornerbacks I forgot what his name is, Johnson, Jackson, whatever his name is. But regardless, I think that can allow the Cowboys to maybe get some overhead throws in there, and we'll just see what happens. But I mean, biases aside, that's a decent line. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, and the player props aren't out yet, but I'll just say Patriots facing the Steelers. Like I said, I think the Steelers defense might just be a little bit cooked. Maybe look at some overs on the Patriot. Maybe Ramondre Steven rush yards.
Ramondre Stevenson
Maybe.
touchdown.
Might go.
Or a touchdown.
If
Maybe.
Ramondre Stevenson touchdown is positive money, we take that.
I mean, of course that's positive money, right?
I meant like.
Is that out yet?
I don't know.
Like,
it might be. He might be at like minus 105, minus 115, because he's really solidified himself as the top back over Travion.
He's not one of the one that they have out. But Jalen Warren is a plus 110. So I don't know. I think our Ramondre touchdown. Just saying. Again, hey guys, I won money for the first. All the hot hands. I'll be posting my bet in chat.
Let's see who takes him.
Yeah. Now, all that we have left is our new little competition that will between the guests and the hosts.
We teased it last week.
Oh boy.
We teased it last week. We're doing
Commissioners
a season-long
versus the rest
pick'em.
of the league. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Now, we're doing a pick'em, and the rules are pretty simple. One, the guest will always get to choose first. We will not be able to choose both. I'm going to make picks. Tyler will make picks. Neither of us will be able to choose the same one that the guest picks. And, I mean, whichever of us picks first, the one that picks second can't pick that one. Additionally, this is going to be not elimination, but we can't pick the same team weeks in a row. You can't.
Right.
Once one of us choose. Yeah. Once I choose the Bills, I can't choose the Bills the rest of the season. So be it. Guests could really, I guess, screw over their other.
You
But
guys gotta work together on this. Teamwork.
Yeah. You gotta work together. Be smart.
Well,
don't know
my
what.
fellow guests.
To be honest, I don't know what the prize is right now, but I'll just throw. I don't know. I'll put $10 in for now as a
Considering
placeholder.
that you still owe me a jersey.
I own a jersey. I've been trying to find a Bo Nix jersey.
I'll chop
A
you
Bo Nix
right
jersey?
now.
Insanity.
Dude, drop me a link. I will buy that. Yeah, I owe him a Bo Nix jersey from losing last year's upset of the week competition.
Oh. Man, you guys put a jersey on the line just for last week? That's crazy.
No. Last year's.
Not a real
Sorry,
jersey.
last
year.
Last year's,
Okay.
and also not a real jersey. But
Got it.
I was ready for the real jersey, honestly. I was like, fuck it. But,
You lost, not me, so that's your call.
Yeah. But, all right, Gabe.
Yes.
Representing the first pick
Yep.
of the guests.
Yep.
What's your lock of the week?
Oh man. All right, my lock of the week. Maybe this might be an apology in advance. I don't know, but I feel like you just kind of have to get the easy ones out of the way. I feel like I got to start off strong for the guests. And it's kind of funny how you mentioned the Bills. So I'm going to take the Bills against the Dolphins this Thursday night. I think it's a lock. The Dolphins kind of looked pretty rough against you guys, and it's at the Bills Stadium. Like, I think the Bills are steamrolling the Dolphins in this one. I think it's gonna be at least a 14-point difference. I don't see the Dolphins being competitive. Give me the Bills. Let's get the guests starting off with a 1-for-1.
All right. You know what? Fair enough.
I apologize to who was it? Jordan. That's the Bills fan. My apologies to
Jordan's the Bills fan.
to Jordan for picking the Bills without his consent, but you know, I had to do it.
I'm sure he'll approve. Tyler, what's your pick?
All right, I get to go second this week.
You get the second.
So I'm looking for something a little bit deeper here. I'm trying to take a team that I think is good, that I know can get the win this week, but that's not going to be the case every week. And there's one team this week that really stood out to me. It's the Bucks at home against the Jets. Bucks are a team you know you're going to take at some point in the year because they're a winning record team. And I think this week at home against the Jets, this is as safe as it gets for me to use them. So I'm going to use the Bucks this week, and I'm going to take them at home to beat the Jets.
They just won by 1 point like 30 minutes ago.
What did I tell
Wow.
you? Let's go. That's a sign.
All right.
It's up to you, Josh.
Josh, round us
Yeah.
out, baby.
Yep. I am taking a similar approach to Tyler here. And I like the Falcons. But you know what I like more than the Falcons is facing the Panthers. And so I'm going to be taking the Falcons over the Panthers in this coming week. I think the Falcons defense is going to have a pretty easy time shutting down.
Okay.
And Bijan Robinson can run through the Panthers.
Bijan Robinson's
easily.
crazy.
Honestly, take whatever over you want on Bijan Robinson. He'll probably hit that.
Respect.
I'm not going to make any promises in the passing game, but
Yep.
Bijan Robinson through there, I think they'll be just fine. Now,
Yeah.
guys, I
Uh-oh.
will say I'm looking for... I can't get the Jets game up. I'm trying to see what a parlay of our 3 picks is going to be. If we were to put a little bit of money on it.
Ooh.
3-leg parlay.
I assume it probably wouldn't be crazy high because I took probably the easiest.
No, the Bills are minus 800.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
Hey, minus
not winning money
750
from
if
this.
you go FanDuel.
Oh.
For what that's worth.
Well, for
But
some
also,
reason I
yeah.
can't get the I can't find the money line.
Because
Jets
state
game.
laws are weird in certain states. You can't bet on games a certain amount of time in advance. Things are weird. Different sports books have different agreements with different teams and organizations. Nothing makes sense.
teammate knows.
They can figure it out.
At least for right now, if we were to take the Falcons and the Bills in a parlay, it would still be minus 160.
Yeah.
So you probably get over even money.
You probably get positive.
Plus. Let's go.
So, right now we put in the parlay, you win $6 for $10. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. And you know what?
Best. Go with my
Come
parlay
game time.
instead.
Yeah. Oh no, we have 2 parlays. We have the Pick'em parlay and we have the Tyler parlay. But that just about does it for this episode of the Blood Sweat Beers podcast. Check out Slosh's I'm Just Ken performance. It is a lovely performance and
Looking forward
it is
to it.
posted on our channel. You can find it right here. I'm actually pointing at it because our editor is just so good and he knows YouTube probably so well. I mean, it's right here. It's right there. You can point it. You can see the video right here. Wow.
We'll see how it goes.
Josh, look at that.
You can catch next week's episode right there.
Now you're just pointing all over the screen.
Last week's is over. It's actually behind me. Last week's is behind me. It's green screen.
Oh,
on.
God.
I don't want to do end cards, Josh. I didn't consent to doing end cards.
I didn't give you any editing over the video. It's so easy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Comment and subscribe, gang.
Woo.
Like, comment,
All
subscribe,
right.
smash that Twitch.
Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Shout out to Gabe's Twitch or YouTube, wherever he streams on. Wherever you find your streams. It's
Yes,
YouTube.
sir.
I knew that.
Go watch Gabe
Yeah.
stream.
Go watch G-Wall Pro.
Thank you.
And,
Appreciate you all.
Yeah. And remember, actually, real quick, let's check how, now that that game ended, sick. I have a 75% chance to beat Slosh. So let the record show, Slosh, you garbage. And Omarion Hampton has 1 carry for negative a drop. So set your fucking lineup, Victor. Good night.
Oh.